Okay guys, here we go. I'm going to show you how we set our notebook up just real quick. It's super easy. So I have just a plain notebook. I have a composition book. You can have a spiral. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Just as long as it is a book. Okay, and so it can stay together. First thing we're going to do is when we open it up, here's my first page. I'm going to write my first name and last name. And I bet you're at home going, why am I doing this? Well, who knows when you might come back. So you want to make sure that you have it done and that you keep up. So I start with my first name and last name. And then below that, I'm going to write Howson, because that's me, your teacher. Howson. History is my subject. So it says Howson History. And then I'm going to put whichever class period I am in. So I'll put period. And then I'll draw a line, okay? If you're not sure what period you're in, look at the Schoology page. I tell you the period right there. So that's my first page, super easy. If you want to decorate it, make it look nice, put some stickers, that's totally up to you. All right, so the first unit you'll find in that history notebook folder, that red folder, everything that's gonna go in there by date. Anything I put in there that's a printout, you can copy into your notebook, or you are free to print it. The choice is yours. You can do whichever one you want. So the first thing that's in there is this page right here. I printed it on green. You don't have to print it on green, just print it on white. It doesn't matter, okay? So here's the first page. You can easily copy it in there. You copy the title, why they came, the dates, and there's just 4 vocabulary words for us to define and draw a picture for. I went ahead and I already cut it out, and then I'm going to take my glue or my tape and I'm going to glue or tape it into my notebook. When I do that, I want my tab to stick out just a little bit so that when I close it, I'll be able to see all the tabs going straight down. So here we go. I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to go ahead and use tape. I like tape. Some people like glue. The choice is yours. So here's my trusty little tape. I'm going to go ahead, take some pieces off. For me, I'm going to tape the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and tape the bottom too. Okay, because I made it just a little bit smaller than the page so that if for taping and gluing it. And then I'm going to tape the side right there. Okay, so here it is, just like this. When I close it, I can see that tab sticking out right there. Now this tab is just paper. Sometimes to help it, I also like to take my bigger tape, if you got some of this tape, or you can take your little tape, it doesn't matter. And I like to go right over that tab to help reinforce it and make it a little bit stronger. These are some of the little hints that help you as a student in your organizational skills. So I'm just going to go right over that tab. I just folded some tape right over it, right there. That helps to make it a little bit stronger so it's not going to break. Okay, so that's my unit page. My first unit is exploration and colonization. You can see right there, there's a due date right here for this page to be done. You want to work on this as we learn the different stuff. It's not go home and do it all for homework. It's as we learn it. Flip to the page, fill it out. It'll take you 30 seconds. Not a big deal. Okay, this page is due September 29th. Okay, that's because it correlates to that test we're going to take for it. So that's my first page. Right there. The second page within it is going to be what we call a passport. You can write this passport in or you can print it. It is a lot. There are 25 questions. If you don't want to draw it just like me with the squares, that's okay. You can list the questions if you're writing it in there. So here's my passport, just like this. It's 25 questions. When I look at it on the other side, one side is the title page, the other side says glue this side into notebooks. So we actually take this and we fold it in half, just like this. Okay, there we go. Now this paper right here is our study guide. It's our review for the test. We get it at the very beginning of our unit. And we start with it so that we fill it out as we learn stuff and we can study the whole time and be prepared. So here we go. Here's my notebook. I'm going to open it. My first page is my name. My second page is my title page. I'm going to turn it again, and right here on the back of this title page is where I will glue or tape my passport. Now, I could write the questions and leave spaces in between so I can answer them. Notice the square space is not huge. You don't need to leave a big space in between if you're going to write the questions. So it's right there, so you're going to put this right here into the notebook for your passport, okay? This passport helps us review for our test, and so it's super helpful, super easy to work with. It helps us make sure that we know what's coming at us in a few weeks. And so this is actually due as the same date as our unit page. So on the front, it says property of, you can fill in your name, and then the due date is going to be the same, and that's going to be September 29th, okay? As we learn stuff, you can turn into your passport and fill it in. So it's super easy for us to review. If your parents are like, oh, what are you studying? How can I help you? Oh, pull out my passport. Can you quiz me on these questions? So we got 3 pages in here. We're going to add another page today about purse, and I'll upload that at the end of the day today if you're not going to do the live session, which is fine, and it'll be put right into our notebook. Bye, guys.